call is being recorded.
Hey guys.
Hey Joe.
But
Joe.
while it's on now, if you guys don't mind, let's do a second stand-up. I attempted one on the earlier link, but I had trouble with it. But also, we just had 3 folks walk in which participate in stand-up, but didn't have live. I'll remind us of the format. It's what we got done towards in the last week. What we intend to our sprint planning for the next week, and then we do retrospective. Then we have open cost. I'll go first. In the last week, I updated the CAD of the bolt-together chassis, which should replace all the TIG welding and reduce the cost. Now, it does increase the weight just under 30 pounds. But we should still be able to hit our fuel economy goals. So if you're interested in the prototype with that, last week I also traveled down to Naples, Florida, which apparently is residents to more CEOs per capita than anywhere else in the United States. And I worked with folks at GE, Four Seasons, and two different oil companies initiatives to help build the bulletproof street car. In the last week, I also had a chance to work on engine module version 4 with a company in Anacostia, Washington, and they're picking one up to assemble another prototype engine module in November. So it's about a month out. But we didn't get to collaborate more on how. And then this week in Tucson, and packaged with Milo the shipment to down there. That's everything except for maybe some work on the doors of and Milo wing here in Linwood. Gosh, in the next week, I hope to put the delivery to Raytheon Tucson onto the train, order a new engine module control unit, the electronic controller, and what else do I need to do? And I hope to participate in a 5-day build event in Tucson. The output of that should be another car. Who's that car going to? I'll have to see the customer's order spreadsheet to see where that ships. Have any currently? The last few knocked out this morning. I need one too. Oh.
I guess I'll go ahead. Not fully prepared here. So last week, on the join the team auto reply, basically removing the reference to the Friday Skype session, which we discussed last week. I created an automatic forwarding for the weekly Scrum Hangouts so that it actually should be sending for in advance of the meeting with a link that you can click on to join the Hangout. I moved. There was at the bottom of the website there was like a leave us a comment link, and it was in the footer, which worked fine on several pages, but any pages that were kind of short, it put it down lower than people would normally because the sidebar. They wanted to put it below that page. Moved it into the page template and out of the footer, so it'll make it a little more visible and easy for people to use.
Thanks. Great.
I guess I sent like an overview report to the Google group so people could check out how many hits we're getting every week. I actually plan on doing that either tonight or tomorrow also, doing like one week at a time. I'll show the previous weeks and pages people are interested in, things like that. Okay, I verified. I either correct login information or I don't know the procedure to get an Libre Geomagic license. I believe this is streaming to YouTube. I'm not sure right now. I tried to set up a YouTube live event for the streaming/recording side of this. I've got a couple of alternates running in case that doesn't work. But at the end of this, I'll see if that actually worked out. That's all I've written down. It seems like there was some other things I worked on. But for next week, I'm going to play around a little more with the YouTube live events and make sure I've got that working correctly. And then I'll pretty much be back to the WIKISPEED curriculum because I do still have the trial version of Geomagic.
That other people can help on.
Thanks so much for that. You can add a card
The only block would be
If you can add a card for me in Carica to collaborate with GeoMagic on license updating, because that should work. So that lets me know that we might need to re-up our system.
See it in order, and then they get moved to the dock.
Thank you, sir.
And then they get moved off
and
of that.
card that hopefully will get us along in removing that block. That's
Chris, any other blocking issue at this time?
Oh, okay.
not that I can think of off the head now.
Awesome.
We're still waiting on the.
That's awesome. What you got done last week? What you hope to put into the world?
Reese, can I turn this a little?
Yeah, you can play it with your show. That's the best
Yeah,
part of the
recently, in the last couple of days, and it's gonna.
So that composites rack, as soon as I help Milo. Where, which we haven't been able to do. This should be a significant reducing time layer. Maybe the
I need the rest parts, so I'm kind of dismantling it in parts for now. It was using actuators that have enough power to lift, so I decided to wait until I have the funds to pick up.
other was scrap parts, right? Just
Correct.
For fun? Cool.
So,
What do you hope to rock next week?
actually, project where computers and figuring out so I had new components, which I don't.
One that's being shipped to Any blocking issues, Milo?
Ideas would be helpful.
Appreciate it. Well, there's a backlog there, too.
I mean, as far as we for.
Any thoughts you'd like?
You talk too much, that's why I don't understand it.
It's Milo. Who would like to go next? You're up if your phone's on. If your tablet is unmutable. James, is your connection okay? Can you hear me? Hey, I'm back on. James, if you can hear me, I think you're up next. And then whoever's on the phone dialed. Guys. Okay. Is there anyone else with current connectivity that's able to participate that has not?
How about that? Any better?
James, if you got to stand up.
Hey, turn those on mute. Well, I'm driving. I'll just had a moment. Emails got my juices flowing, and I happened to be driving, and so I had a good opportunity to step away and check in with you guys for automating that. It'll make it much easier to stay connected if available. I'm driving in the woods, but safe enough to jump in. I'm always hungry to pick up nerdy things, but the want to spend some time with Chris, fishing around for some nerdy wins I could pick up for y'all. Otherwise, I'm just here for moral support and to share my great mustache and my wonderful attitude.
James, that might be all we need. Were you able to get in touch with the group in Florida?
Sort of. They just immediately said there wasn't an opportunity to meet up with you on the 21st. Business together in the future, so I'm going to register with them as a speaker.
Sounds good. Yeah, they flew me in and flew me out the same day, so I didn't get time to eat.
Wow.
I had to eat on the plane. But I'm glad you're connected with them. They seem like they need quite a bit of agile coaching.
Nice. I just came from, so my product's done, and I've got flyers and marketing materials, and I was in Jacksonville showing, and I think I just signed a deal to write a book called Don't Learn Scrum from a Chicken.
Love it.
Scrum from the perspective of a pig, and I may punch things like safe in the face just a little bit. We're trying to screw around with our beautiful Scrum framework.
Looking forward to the prioritize in the creation or the marketing or both.
Cool.
James, any blocking issue?
Yeah. Thanks.
Good.
I'm all good.
Is there anyone on the call with the stand-up who has not yet given it? Takes us to retrospective. Again, the format is 1 to 10, your ability to participate. In more, that's how able is the team to consume your skills when you have the time. And then 1 to 10 on if the team is succeeding, if it's delivering on its main. I'll go first. Last sprint was, it'd be a 10 and a 10. The reason why composites molds and a full composite shop shipped off to Tucson, and another engine there. So not only will we get to train about 1,000 engineers on how to build complex hardware projects, and they'll be creating another new car, and they'll be setting up a composite shop. None of which they've ever done before, and I think that's spreading the good news. More than that, the bolt-together chassis works even better in carrying on its mission statement. I think the C3 now has a chassis. If we're looking at the 8 modules as mileage progression, I believe a candidate for the chassis module, and the next step will be building it physically. I may ask for folks in Tucson to try it. If not, I'll do it the week after I get back from Germany, after they do their car build there in Berlin. Perspective next.
Oh, I'll go. So I would say probably a 9 for me. I got a lot done, but not as I planned to do. And probably a 9 for the team too. It's again, everybody seems to be getting stuff done. But 10 on that would probably be vacation on some of the things that are getting done throughout the week.
Okay, Kaizen, you'd like to suggest?
I don't have one written down because I don't know if I'm going to head over to own cloud as the document repository of in use, because especially if in this next sprint or in the upcoming sprint I start say go over the limit on drop boxes quota. So I think that some people would express if we did go with uncloud. So maybe this week we could plan a time to have a hangout and cover the basics of how uncloud works, and then we can get switched over to it.
James, I think you should just pull the trigger and do it, and I think record, walk through, here's how to grab what you need. Might be. Just my opinion, by the way, is a process improvement. I would say pull the trigger.
Your connection's breaking up a little bit. It's kind of hard to hear what you're saying.
Please go just do the migration to OwnCloud. Is there anyone else on the call with a retrospective they would like to provide?
I don't know that I can give you. I would love to find ways to add value. I tried to surf the board a little bit, and I have some. We're zooming in on some shared time with Chris. I think to things I can pick up on, and then I'm starting to look for a gig that I could pick up in your neighborhood and try to spend a week over in your neighborhood and reconnect. So, a reasonable retrospect, just as soon as I can get some wins under the belt.
I love it. Well, you just sold a company. Oh my gosh! If you need another win this fast, your expectations might be through the roof. But I love it anyway. All right. Is there anyone?
So you sold WIKISPEED?
Who is not yet given it? The process is suggest that we can maybe execute, deliver more, or be happier while we do it.
No, not that's already being implemented.
If you do, please record it and publish within the next 7 days.
I'm just curious who's going to come over. Is that Mike Luchuk or?
No, that's James Kai's. The 4 people I'm expecting to come over, I think they're just going to walk through the door between 7 and 7:30. All the necessary meetings to run this company another week. Things it up to the crosstalk. But I'd like to introduce 3 people who I think I have a guess who they are from some email. If they're who I think they are, I think Enterprise Institute, which are establishing the practices, and if I've got this part right, although I haven't had a chance to visit them themselves, sharing what they for lean practices globally. If I'm not, please correct me. I'd like to introduce these 3 folks to whoever's dialed into the meeting. If you guys don't mind, okay, and saying hi, how you possibly heard about what the heck we are, and oh my gosh, thanks.
So I can say hello. My name's Josh Howell with the Lean Enterprise. Let's see, we're here all the way from Cambridge, Massachusetts. I came tonight to check out what you guys are working on.
How did you possibly?
The story might come from John.
Okay. Thanks, Josh.
Yes. I'm John from the same place. Blocks from your buddies Alex Brown and Jeff Sutherland.
At the CSC there.
Yeah, so we're a couple blocks away.
Yeah.
And so, and we heard about what was going on, and like Josh said, came by to check it out, be a part of it, see what you're doing.
Well, I'm glad you
did. What? See what you did.
Yeah, I just got in from Florida this morning, so I've been diagonal. And Scott.
I'm Scott. I think the video's gone. I'm Scott.
The white light says we're on. Thanks, Scott.
Also,
folks, is there any cross conversation? Thank you, Scott. Is there any cross conversation? This a ship today? Uploading the demo video from here tonight, and also I've got a backlog of the last my bad, guys. I need to post a comment summary and tag them. I hope to get that all up before this weekend. So please be expecting about another 2 hours of stuff so you can see the current state. But I'll do a quick lap. Here's car number 1 at 104 miles per hour on city, 114 highway in the X Prize. It had 4 seats in it at that time. Car number 7, we've gotten back, and it's outside. They repoed it, and now it's being shipped to Tucson. And then the composites rack, which you've now bay 3, the composites there are going to move onto this mobile rack, so we'll have more room there for machining. 3, we got another shipment aluminum. That's another 2 cars worth of extruded aluminum, and another 4 cars worth of carbon there currently. And then we've got enough beer to keep out, right? And then dance music.
Yeah.
Because in 20 minutes we're going to need to play some. All right, guys, we're complete. Have an amazing day. I'm going to get to posting the backlog for tonight and pulling out the old stories. What to do?
Can I ask one question right now? Correct? Where you are right now, and sometimes even there, the bandwidth gets real choppy.
Okay, yeah. So we have a wireless repeater, but I'm not sure its status right now. We're on an 802.11n connection, and we are half underground, which is below grade.
Wireless end connection for the part of the shop that y'all are in. So that when you do the stand-ups there, you got a better connection. Or is that one you're using a repeater?
I'm sorry, 2 people were
into the location at, or is that why you're using a repeater?
Don't have a wired connection here at all. From the telephone to a wireless broadcast unit. So we'd have to change our down to something that has J45 in it or similar, because I think we have any currently.
So even the wireless in doesn't have like a switch in it, the router.
You know, I'm not sure. There's an R45 we could run something out. Maybe. I don't know. If you want to,
okay,
the service is Frontier, and you could see a Frontier downlink and see what the options might be.
Okay, I'll look to that, because if it's feasible, like I said, I made a wireless connection for y'all's downstairs there, so y'all have complete coverage. So.
More than awesome, and the provider to integrate with Frontier.
Yes, I got it written down in my notes.
Correct.
All right, thank you, Joe.
I'm gonna drop. Chris, thanks so much.
All right, well, good night.
Call recording off.